Hello, Brad Smith here from The Way. This has occurred to me, I don't want to be in a good church, and I don't want to be in a decent church. I'd like to be in a great church. I would like our church to be great. And the issue becomes, though, how we measure greatness. In pursuit of God, we ought to pursue excellence in all that we do. But unfortunately, the economy of God is so different from the economy of man. How God measures greatness is so different from how man measures greatness. And unfortunately, what we see is the economy of man, our measures of performance and effectiveness invading the church and really in church leadership, how we measure how well we are doing. You talk to somebody in ministry, one of the first things they will ask is, so what are you running? What are you running over there at your church? How many people do you have attending your Sunday morning service? That is a measure of effectiveness. How many people do you have on the rolls? How many people have on the books? Never mind how spiritually committed they are. Never mind where their affections are. How many do you have on the books? How much tithe money are you bringing in? How good is your youth program? How effective or how great is your children's program? What kind of facility do you have there? How much money are you bringing in? How much you're sending out? These are all measures of effectiveness that the church uses to gauge whether or not you are a good church or not. But I don't want to be a good church. I want to be a great church. And the economy of God is much different than the economy of man. So John, writing to the church at Ephesus on behalf of Jesus, says, hey, I know you're doing all these good things. I know you're doing work. I know you're toiling. I know you're laboring. I know you're pursuing purity in the church the way you ought to do. I know that you're enduring underneath a persecution. I know that you're guarding the truth of the doctrines of Jesus. You're protecting the church against false teachings. All of these things are things that you ought to be doing, but he says, I have this against you. You have forgotten your first love. He doesn't say forgotten. You've abandoned your first love. You've walked away from your first love. And he's speaking collectively to the church. This is a collective church issue. This is not a singular person issue. This is an issue of the church in its entirety. And the issue is that the leaders have led and the people have followed as they have abandoned their first love. And all those other things they did are good. And in the same way, it's good to put numbers in seats. You want more people hearing the gospel as we proclaim. You want more people in fellowship. It's good to bring in money so that you can distribute money and be blessings to as many people as possible. It's good to have a good youth program, a good children's program. It's good to do all of these things. But if we are doing them without remembering our first love, why we are doing them, then we are a colossal failure. Because I don't want to be a good church full of good people doing good things. I want to be a great church, and a great church is one that remembers their first love and clings to their first love, which is Jesus. So hey, this Sunday at The Way, we're going to be talking, I've called it Good to Great. We're going to be in Ephesians chapter 2, talking about the letter to the church at Ephesus. So if you're in Clarksville, come see us at The Way. Otherwise, find a church, get there. If you're a man, take your families to church. God bless.